Recording drums for a song that I'm doing for a friend. She's actually only got a few months to live. Doing a song in Spanish to help raise funds for her hospital bills. They're trying to raise $200,000 to pay for a liver transplant outside of the country. The song I'm working on today, it's very special. It's not a fancy song, it's just something simple in Spanish that I'm doing. And I have my friend who always comes through for me. He's recording drums today and I just finished the arrangement, so I sent him a text that says, can you come here in an hour and a half? And he's like, yeah, I'll be there. So it's gonna be fun. ¿Está muy oscuro?
No.
So I'm gonna be recording drums through the Claret. I'm trying to get the fader port 8. So I recently sold my Octo Pre that was right here. So now I'm limited to 8 channels for now. But I love this unit for capturing drums. It does a really good job. And basically got my P16, what is this called? Patch bay. And just running 8 cables here, running them through there. And I'm using the AKG C214s on top. I'll fix those now. MD421 on toms, 2 kick drums. Using AKG D112 and a Beta 52. And of course 57 on top and bottom. And what kind of snares?
I'm using Mapex.
Mapex what?
It's a Star Classic.
Okay, Star Classic Mapex. Pretty deep.
Yeah.
Sounds
yeah,
good.
it is deep, and I'm using a big fat snare drums on the
Oh
top.
yeah, he's got the fat snare thingy.
With a dry.
Hey, play it without it. Just a couple of hits without the thing.
The thing.
Put it on. I think for this song I'm gonna do it without it because I want more of a.
You want it without it? Okay.
Yeah, so I can cut through the mix a little better.
Okay.
Anyways, and I'm using Studio One for recording. Studio One is lots of fun. Still getting familiar with it. Few things that I don't like about it that I prefer to do in Pro Tools, but I'm finding that for production, Studio One is really nice, and I'm using Pro Tools for mixing. And for my controller, I'm using a Mackie Control Universal, the old version. It runs really good, and I've got my fader port to do ad hoc moves. So let's see what we can get here. And basically what I have here, I did the arrangement in Easy Drummer, well actually the drum arrangement, and that by itself sounds like this. And I have a bridge, but I don't have lyrics for the bridge, and I don't have a bridge arrangement yet. So I wanted to lay down the drums so maybe I can have a bit more creativity now that I have the bridge and I have a live drummer. I usually like to do my drums in Easy Drummer and then I record them live. It just, I don't know, there's something about having live drums that I just really love. I love the tone. Not saying that you can't do full arrangements and full productions with Easy Drummer, because I've done it and a lot of people out there have done it. So what I'm doing today is I'm gonna try to finish the bridge. I have all the verses and choruses and I don't have anything for the bridge, so I just played a few guitar chords. And let me see. So it goes from this full chorus. And that's what I have, so I'm just gonna build from there. Hopefully once I get the drums laid, I can track the bass and I'll be able to finish this bridge because I need to really knock out this song by this week. ¿Quieres usar tus in-ears? I have some good headphones here.
Okay. ¿Ya sacaste la línea? Todavía no.
So what I'm doing now is I have a headphone amp here that I'm going to use to I've got a line for me, although I do have 2 here, but I like to hear what the drummer's hearing. And I've got a separate line for the drummer there, who's on Facebook Live. And in Studio One, I have my Q mix here, going to 7 and 8. So if I do Command comma, go to song setup, you can see I have all my stuff, and on my outputs I have my Q output going to 7 and 8, which is a stereo, and that way I don't have to touch my faders. I just use the headphone mixers here, or the faders for the headphones, the levels. Is that loud enough? Is that good enough?
Yeah,
okay.
It's good.
And the other thing that I do is I have my Focusrite control that's part of the Claret system. And if you notice, I'm using on outputs 1 and 2, everything's muted because I don't want any delay issues with what I'm hearing live. So I'm gonna be using mix line output 7 and 8. So I gotta make sure everything in 9 and 10 is muted, which it is. And 1, 2, and 7, 8 is muted here. But on 7 and 8, the only thing that's open is obviously 7 and 8, as you can see there. So what we're gonna be hearing is only coming out through 7 and 8. Everything's muted here, which means I'm gonna track the drums through Studio One with no delay, because I'm using a Thunderbolt interface, so that helps me to minimize the delay. So I'm gonna set my buffer at 128 for tracking drums. I'm actually gonna try to do it at 64. So right now I have it at 128. Change that to 64. And the thing that I'm looking for is if I start having any pops or clicks, that's where I have to maybe bring the buffer up a little bit. I'm gonna save a different version just so that I don't miss what I have off so far. So I'm gonna call this the name of the song, and I'm just gonna say drums. Just adding tracks here in Studio One. Just gonna call it DR. They're gonna be audio, and I'm gonna use red for drums. That's what I always use. And then these are gonna be mono. And no presets just yet. Oh, whoops. Gonna do that again. DR count, I'm gonna say 8. And then mono, and hit OK. Push them to the right here. I don't want them in the right, hang on, on the left. Well, actually, I'm gonna leave them in the middle. Here is fine for now. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get levels, but first I have to set my inputs right. So input 1, input 2, input 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, which is great. Now I love that I just hit the input thingy, and I'll be able to hear the microphones once I raise the gain on the preamps. So time to get some levels. Let's get the can you give me the kick real quick? So the thing about the kick right now is that the preamp is way down and I'm still getting level, so that's okay. The kick drum, I'm not gonna use a high pass filter. I'm just gonna bring it to 5. Hit the kick. It's way up there. Hold on 1 second. Okay, there you go. Do it there or do it here. All right. It's a bit too hot. Okay. So basically I have my kick peaking at 12, so you can see there when he hits it. Give me the snare. Oh, sorry. Give me the kick again. Okay. Snare. Snare again, sorry. Keep going. Okay, rack tom 1. 5. Okay, floor tom. Hits. And on the overheads, I have to engage the phantom power. Can you take off that sock? Yeah, el sock, el calcetín ese. Cuidado sin que se caiga el micrófono. I'll fix it right now. I just want to get some levels real quick. Okay, go ahead.
Overheads?
Yeah. Okay. Play the entire kit. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit record real quick just to get some levels, check phasing and stuff. So let me go ahead and do that. So if you select all of the tracks and then just hit the record button, it'll arm all of them. So I'm gonna solo them real quick. Just play drums, okay? And I'll turn on the volume now. Okay, just play whenever. Okay, just gonna hear it back. Okay, now I'm just checking the drums real quick, one by one. That's the kick out with the kick in. Okay, now I'm gonna hear the snare. But before I do that, I want to check the phase between these two microphones, and actually I'm gonna check the polarity, and I'm gonna start somewhere. Where do I start? Here. I'm gonna go here where I have 4 of these. I'm just gonna zoom in, and as you can see, my polarity is amazing. There's a touch of delay there. It's only a few samples, so it won't hurt me. But if you look at my polarity, and I'll increase it, this is one thing that's really important to me. This looks really good, and if I keep scrolling down, it'll be the same, I think. There may be some issues, but so far so good. I like it. It doesn't have to be perfect. The next thing I want to check is my snare. So I'm just gonna solo the top snare, and then I'll bring in the bottom snare. Okay, that sounds good. Now I'm just gonna check the polarity again on this ones. And I have my polarity is off, so I need to fix that. I can do two things. I can hit the phase switch, which is this one on one of the mics, or I can move the mics. So I rather move the mics. So in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna fix this one there. Just point it. Is that in your way when you come around? No. And can you move the hi-hat more that way, because I don't want a lot of bleed on the snare mic. Okay. And I bet you that they probably fixed it, but we'll see. Okay, let me I'll come back to that. I'll check the other ones. And that's what they sound like together. Okay, so if I add just so that you can see the difference, I'm gonna add a quick plug-in on the snare bottom, and I'll label this right now. Flip the phase here, or invert the polarity. So it makes a big difference right away. So without the polarity engaged, so it's important that you check that when you're tracking drums. Now I'm gonna check the rack tom and the floor tom. So 1, 2, 3, 4 rack tom. Yeah. It's okay, and it looks like the overheads look okay as well. Let me just take a quick listen. The other thing that I do with the overheads is I'll pan them left and right to make sure I have the balance right. And what I'll do this one is I'll pan left, and this one I'll pan right. And right away with the levels where they are, the balance is incorrect because I'm hearing the snare all the way to the right, and it shouldn't be the case. So I'm gonna fix the mic positioning now. Move this one a little bit this way. Put that there. Bring this one up. I don't like to have them really high, but I do like to have them positioned well. So in this case, I'm gonna open it up a little bit here, pointing away from the snare. Bring it up like that. That'll give me enough for the kit. And if you notice, I already kind of have an idea from the distance between here and there, so it's not too bad. So I'm gonna record another pass now, just to see what I get. You have the click? Oh yeah. Whenever you're ready. Go around. Okay, so I checked the polarity between the snare and I'm still having an issue, and I don't think I can position the mics any better than I've already done so. So what I am gonna do is I'm gonna flip the phase switch on the bottom snare, which is this one here, and unfortunately I have to record another take just to make sure it's gonna work for me. The more time you spend on the drums up front, the better your drum recording is gonna come out. So let me record another quick pass and then I'll show you. And right away I can hear the snare sounding a lot better, a lot fatter, and I'm just gonna zoom in here. And yep, if you look, this one and this one's pretty good. This one's pretty good. This one's not great. Okay, yeah, so it's looking better, so I think I'm happy with that. And the overheads are good, as you can see here, and my toms are good, so, and my kick is also good. So I'm gonna move, well, let me check the kick real quick. Yeah, kick is looking really nice, and so that's what it sounds like. Okay, so he hasn't heard the song. It's the first time he's gonna hear it. I normally don't let him hear the songs because he's just like a walking click. He's really good and he can pick it up, so he's more creative when he hasn't heard it. If he hears it, he comes with an idea, but since I'm the producer, I'm a bit greedy and selfish, and I like to have my ideas, so I just tell him my ideas and he just plays them, which is really nice, and that's what I would expect from any drummer. Like I have a little thing here. All right, well, not all drummers, some drummers will come in and they're a bit jealous too, so they want to do their thing, which is nice. You also don't want to stop their creativity. All right, so we're gonna try to learn the song now, and let's see. So en la intro no sé qué puedas hacer porque yeah, leave it like that.
Ahí like it was like too much cake.
Huh?
Ahí en esa parte it was like.
Well, it's a big drum. It's like like a hip hop drum, you know.
Okay.
But
What you wanna do there?
I think on the intro. Could be a simple drum roll, doesn't have to, just more on time. Try that.
Okay.
The first one is always going to be tatan, tatan. You know, try it. Boom, boom. Tatan. One end. No, papam. Watch, if you hear here, let me just see here. So if you hear just the drums. Have to be that exactly, but I'm saying I want that beat to be that backbeat. Tutum, pat, tutum, tum, pat, tutum, pat, boom, boom. Yeah, it doesn't have to be always the same. It could be 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So try it. Mind.
Oye, entonces en esa parte te vas a ir en el coro, te vas a ir.
Yeah, let's work through the intro and the verse, and then we'll get to the chorus.
Okay.
I think. so we'll worry about it when we get there.
Okay.
Let's just take it from the intro and then we'll get there.
Okay.
Right, so we're gonna start recording now, and here we go. Speaker off, levels are good, and you'll see the meters. So started from the, so you got the click, so it's 1 2 3 4. Okay, let me just select all the tracks and hit record on all of them, or I can use my controller here, and I have, you can see kick, snare, tom, overheads, and actually I haven't even labeled the drums now, but I have DR 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 all in one bank here, which is nice. I could label them real quick. Let me do that, and you'll see as I label them in Studio One, they'll change. So kick in, kick out, snare, snare top, snare bottom, rack tom, floor tom, OH left, OH right. Bam. And you saw how they changed on the controller there based on that. All right, here we go. So since I got them all in one bank, I'm just gonna, this is one thing that I like, so I'm just gonna go, got them all, record ready, right? You see there? And actually, because I have all the tracks selected, I could just hit one and it enables all. But if I didn't have them selected, the nice thing about this controller is I could just hit here, slide my finger, and bam, I got them all. The only thing I have to do now is I've got the, okay, so they're ready actually. So I got the record and the input monitoring, and everything looks good here. So I just do the record from here. Just have a quick listen. I need you to give me some more ghost notes on the snare, you know, on the verse, okay, especially. Okay. And then the hi-hat a little funkier. You know, like you play your hi-hat, just seems like you're holding back right now. Don't be shy, man. Just okay. Let me have it all. Let's start from the beginning again. Okay. Here we go. To be more solid, because you're kind of lagging. Maybe I need to bring up the click a little more.
Suena como inseguro, ¿verdad?
Sí, inseguro. Dale sin miedo. 3, 4. Like that with rim shot. I really like that. Yeah. Let's try it from there. Let me find a good spot here to punch in. So I'm gonna punch in. I know some drummers may be upset at this. I don't care, because he hasn't even heard the song. So this is very nice. I'll just find a really good clean spot, really close to the bridge here, and And I want to make sure that there's not a lot of like a crash going on halfway. Okay, so I saw a spot here. Do it again. Just was a little insecure, but I understand because.
I thought it was too far.
Yeah. Ah, what happened? Sorry. Let's see here. No, never mind. Redo record. Almost deleted the whole take. Okay, maybe I need to give you 4 bars. How about that? It's probably easier. All right. So I think I'm gonna go from here. And the reason why the tap to transient is not working is because my buffer is so low that sometimes you have to reset it in order for it to work. I think that's what it is. In fact, I know that's what it is. Here we go, 4 bars. Okay, let's do it again. You had it. We're gonna do it again. And I need to. Okay, I messed up. So what you do there, sorry man, what we do there, it goes. And then you land on the snare because that's just going to be the acoustic guitar. It's almost like you're picking up, but kind of give us a little bit and then you cut it out. So you'll do the, I like what you did there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You want to get the snare. With a flam. Try it, look. No, kick snare. There you go. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. Perfect. I like that one.
Yeah,
I like
because
that one.
do the part.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, here we go. I like that. Okay, here we go, here we go. Let's see, so we're almost at the end here and we're just finalizing the end. That was good, but start before maybe? Or let me hear it, that actually sounded okay. Yeah, that actually sounded cool. So the one thing I like about Moses is that if he hears something that he doesn't like, he's like, let's redo it. I liked it, but he said, no, I don't like it, so we're gonna redo it. And basically it's the drum roll to that leads into the verse. You can't hear it, but we're gonna just punch in on that one. So let's start here. That's a good spot there. And hit record. That's good for me. Let me see where I could fix it here. It's actually pretty good. Okay.
yeah, I like it.
So my tap to transient is not working. So if you see, this is the nice thing about punching in. So I'm gonna hit tap to transient, and it detects the transient right there. And I could actually move it here to the left a little bit. And then I have a pre-roll of 4 bars, so I'm just gonna hit record, and it's gonna start 4 bars before, and we're just gonna record a drum roll into the bridge, right? Okay, here we go. So I want you to start before.
Okay.
So
Make it sound different.
So we just finished tracking. Just gonna have one more listen through, and one of the things I like about Studio One is that when you punch in, it makes the cuts for you. Sorry, the fades for you. So that's a really nice feature. I don't have to worry about making the fades, so they're automatically done. I'm not sure if I could do that in Pro Tools. I haven't tracked in Pro Tools for a while. Been tracking in Studio One. So you can see I didn't do any fades. It does it all on its own automatically, which I really like. Just gonna take a quick listen from the beginning and take all of the tracks from turn record off and
I know who's that guy singing.
Huh?
I know who's that guy singing.
Me da su paz, su plenitud, restaurará mi alma. Es mi pastor, su oveja soy. All right, so that's a little bit of just a rough mix. But now let's hear the drums by themselves real quick.